glad to be back doing this though. This is like another form of a journaling right here. Real talk. What's going on? What's going on, guys? Top of the morning. The blessing is gonna wake up indeed. Last time we was here, we did things a little different, and you shall see how we're gonna do it now. First off, I'm not a guru. I'm not a teacher. I'm not pretending to be. What I do here is basically I just present two bad trades, two good trades, two red ones, two green ones, and show you what I've been doing, what I've been up to. And I look for you to learn from me, and maybe I can learn from you. You can go in the comments and let me know if you traded these tickers, if there's something that you feel that I missed, that maybe I can learn and to make me better, because I'm here to grow. I'm gonna grow right in front of you. And it's all about that, you know what I'm saying? We can learn from each other and have our little community and stuff like that. What I've been doing is I went back to old things from the past. Like, if you never read the book One Good Trade by Mike Bellafiore, get the book. It's a great book. I went back to that book, and I also went back to an old interview in Be the Trader channel. He has massive good interviews, and there's this interview with Nico, which is my favorite interview. I've seen it like so many times. But you know, sometimes it's like, you know, seeing a movie for the second time, and you might catch something that you missed. And that's what I noticed. Because what I picked up from doing those two things was noticing that me personally, I have to trade like a prop firm. It helps with my impulses and with patience, because I have a problem with patience. You guys know that in our job, it's a mirror, these screens, and you're forced to deal with your faults, the things that you have problems with, that you might have not even gave light to, but trading will force you to. So awareness is big, and that's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to peel our own onion, you know what I'm saying, and survive through the tears. So I traded AIP. I botched that one. I'm gonna show you how I botched that one. YHC and Sgbx. I traded Sgbx like 3 times, but I'm gonna show you the 2 times that I traded. And let's get to it. Let's jump into these charts. Guys, this is how far I've taken it. Don't be afraid to go beyond the sticky notes on your screen. This is the rules for my system. The name of my system is Sabalanca, and I read it every morning. I have notes that I read that I put above my watch list, but still I read this every morning, and you know, to just feed it to my subconscious. So let's get to these charts. So let's start with the loss, not the one that I botched, which was, hold on, let me find it for you. It wasn't this one, it wasn't that one. Well, let's go with the one that YHC. This one is one that represents awareness. Awareness, knowing where you at in the chart. Because, right, I'm thinking in my mind, I'm gonna buy the breakout. You know, I trade pre-market. The name of my system is called Sabalanca, and I'm still working on it. I'm still building it. And it's basically having a backhand and a forehand on one ticker, same day. I'm gonna get more into it in a bit. So you see the buy here. I'm looking for this breakout and maybe to hit up my money line. My money line is basically letting me know that the risk reward is at least at a 3-to-1. Every trade ain't the same, so sometimes, you know, it might be a trade that requires a 1-1 RR, and that money line is just to let me know, because we need to be aware of what's going on in the chart. So awareness is, you know, I was moving fast, because there's 2 things that I force myself to do before I do any trading. And these are the things I picked up from going back to these old books and all that stuff. First of all, what's the rhyme and reason? Is there a catalyst? And are my lines up on the chart to let me know what's my support and resistance areas? If I don't have those 2 things done yet, I need not be trading. So sometimes trades come in quick, come fast, you gotta move fast. And I was moving a little too quick, and I didn't buy where I should have, which should have been around here, in the 140s and the 145s. You understand? One thing about Sabalanca is all about entry. Most people's systems is about entry. So you can have a better risk reward, because you want to be closer to the base of what's going on. So here, to me, I am chasing without even recognizing that I'm chasing. I noticed this when I went to do my journal, and I opened up the chart more, and I'm like, wow, this is where I should have been. So, you know, if I was in here, let's say, and then I get I see this double top little fake out situation. I could have got out at $2. That would have been a 50-cent trade. That's a way better risk reward, you know what I'm saying, compared to what was going on here. And then at the open, it dumped. I don't like to be involved at the open at all unless I'm already involved from pre-market, because what I'm looking for is the dip and rip. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, this one I was reaching a little bit. Now, the next one, AIP, I botched it. And let me tell you why I botched it. So these lines represent support and resistance, these yellow lines. That white line represents the high of the after hours. Lines are very important. I learned that from many mentors, but Jack Carew specifically, Jack Kellogg, he's an amazing dude. He's up like 20 million and he's just dope. And I see him come from the mud, and he stresses the lines and its importance. And once he said that, there was like this video lesson I saw. I'm like, nah, if he's saying that, I gotta get on him. So mine are color coded. I have years building this, and that's what they represent. So this one popped. It dropped and broke the support area. You know what I'm saying? Right here, like, you know, it popped. This was at 4 in the morning. I'm at my desk at 4 in the morning. I get up at 3. I'm here at 4. It popped, it dropped. This is being the support. It broke it a little bit and it started regaining. When that happens, I like to get in around these areas, especially where I know there's support. So it was a nice buy. I like my entry. It's all about the entry. So I botched it because I ain't pay attention to my tiers. It popped, dropped, went up, 1 tier, 2 tiers. This is the high of after hours. That rejection, I'm supposed to be out. I'm supposed to be out. You know what I'm saying? So once it, you know, we know support becomes resistance, resistance becomes support. So once it cracked 2 tiers, I got out here. So, you know, to me it's a botch. You know, we're trying to perform at our highest level, you know, and it's a 27-cent trade. That could have been a 75-cent trade, a 65-cent trade. So to me, that was a botch. Now let's go into Sgbx. I love Sgbx because Sgbx represents Sabalanca. This was from August 6th to August 8th. One thing for sure, the mistake I made, I always like to tell you the time that I went in and the price. So if you want to go to the chart and check it out, do that. I suggest you do. That helped me a lot when I started. So AIP, I went in at $14.32 at 4:47 a.m. I got out at $14.59 at 5:37 a.m. And on YHC, I went in at 185 at 8:37 a.m. and got out at 152 at 9:34. Yeah, that's important, man. Guru Yoda, whenever you hear me say Guru Yoda, I'm talking about Tim Sykes. Talking about that, Tim Sykes. I come from Tim Sykes, and this is the truth. Anybody that comes from Tim Sykes' tree, this is what we're trading. Right here. Wait, I have the actual, hold on a second. We're trading the 7-step framework. Everybody that you find from his world, this is what we're trading in our own way. The 7-step framework. So I was a predominantly short seller. I just have a year going long. My story goes 3 years of making no money, 3 years of finding my way, figuring out I'm better as a short seller, finding some success. And then last year, I just got my ass handed to me. I got my ass handed to me in June. So at the end of August, I decided to take a break because September, I usually get my ass handed to me. So I was like, let me work on this strategy from the long side that I've been like admiring, looking at for like 2 years from afar. I'm like, let me do that towards the end of the year. It was the best thing that happened to me. As catastrophic as that loss was in June, it was the best thing that happened to me because I found my system, which is Sabalanca. And Sabalenka is basically what people call the gap and crap. But what I'm trying to do here, and you're gonna see when I get into SGBX, I wake up at the time that people are not willing to wake up. The majority of people. I wake up at 3 a.m. I'm at the desk at 4. So what I'm trying to do is catch the 2 to 3 run up and the 4 at the open. So I'm looking for this to happen, for this right here to happen in pre-market, and then at the open, catch the 4. The 5 is the bounce, and I would like to get the 5 on the 70, what I call the 72 turnaround. And that's what SGBX represented from Wednesday to Friday, the 5. But I'm not pressed about the 5. If I get it, I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's like some extras. It's like the B part of Sabalenka, BC setup of the system that I'm running. And I'm still building it. It's gonna come together. I've been working on it all year, and it's gonna keep getting better and better. And you're gonna see as the future unfolds that this is gonna be where I'm gonna stay. All I'm trading is Sabalenka. So improperly, on the one that I do share, the account that I do share publicly, to pay homage to my mentor Tim Sykes, you're gonna see nothing but Sabalenka, SGBX. Here we go. So this is the 2 and the 3, right? Right here, this little shade right here. This is this area right here. This is the open. I know it's probably hard to see, but this is the open, right? This is pre-market. A great entry would be here at 23 cents, right? In this one, I got in at oh wow. Wait, give me a second. I'm gonna have to go into my journal because I thought I wrote it down and I didn't. All right, this one was on the 6th. I got in at 33 cents at 8:06 a.m. and got out at 40 cents at 9:33 a.m. 9:33 is because I am a day walker. I am a short seller I am a long bias trader that sees through short seller eyes. And when I short sell, what I wait for is 3 to 5 minutes for the chart to show me what it's doing. You see this double top right here. So I'll be ready to short by the 3rd minute, and I'll risk that high. And as soon as red green is important, so wherever red green is, once it goes red on the day, I am shorting, and I'm risking the high of the intraday. That's how I used to short, and that's how I had my success. What people call the gap and crap, that's how I used to trade it. And I'm never gonna stop. I have so many charts saved that's why I stick to that script. So this is the 2 and 3 run up that I'm telling you on the framework. And then the drop is the 4. Now, if she drops, holds, it's when it becomes the SSS, the Salini short squeeze. And it goes this way, I know it's a squeeze, I stay in it. So I don't trade at the open unless I'm already involved. The only way I plan to trade at the open is when I catch the 4, when I start short selling again. I hope you with me. So this was a good trade. The better entry was here. I got in at the 2nd tier, but it's okay. So I was risking this right here. I always risk my tiers. Support becomes resistance, resistance becomes support. So I got a nice piece here, took that, successful. Now look at the other piece that I call the 72-hour turnaround. You see it right here, the 72-hour turnaround. And this is Sabalenka. So Sabalenka is this right here. Let me bring it back to you again. The 2 to 3 run up, the 4 at the open, and the 5. If there's a proper hold, proper support, there's volume, and I get that bounce number 5. It's like Guru Yoda always says, you gotta look at the framework like a bouncing ball. Every peak is gonna be a lower. So you see lower highs here. It's like throwing a ball off a roof, like he likes to say. You know what I'm saying? Every bounce is gonna be lower. All the greats that came from Timothy Sykes trade the 7-step framework. So on the 72 turnaround, I traded it, but I could have had a better entry. The entry should have been right here. That would have been the better entry. You know what I'm saying? So I grabbed it here on this breakout, right before the breakout. I got it at 32 cents. What was it? No, I'm sorry. On the 8th, it was 37 cents at 8:08, and I was out at 40 cents at 9:45. I gave it some time because it's a Friday, and you know the Friday short squeeze, we look for the dip and rip, you know, but once I saw this rejection, I got out. Red green is what I use for everything. If I see that you know, she's having difficulty at the red green area, I am gonna get out, you know. But the better entry would have been right here. That would have been great. You know what I'm saying? Because on that rejection, see that orange line is what I call my important line. And off of that rejection, that wick right there, I would have ended up getting out. Because I used the peaks and valleys. So this peak and valley right here, I would have gotten out. And that would have been, you know, a way better risk reward situation. You know, we're talking, you know, imagine, you know, 3,000 shares, 10 cents, you already know the math. So I got out, I got a little piece or whatever, but that is Sabalenka. That's what she is. And in the future, you will see me put this together. It's what I've been working on in the future. So imagine the market being hot, and I could do this with three different tickers, focused, because I've already been battle tested, and I know I can only do like 2 tickers, 3 at a time. So I'm trying to master my system. I haven't started short selling yet. I will bring it in. You will see it come full circle. And this is what I'm working on, the system, and I'm so excited. I had a red week, and I'm excited and I had a red week. Why? Because I stuck to my rules. I'm following the daily stop. You gotta have that daily financial stop. Awareness. Know yourself, know how you trade, know where you are on the chart. And I'm telling you guys, like Nico said, it is a game changer. It's changed everything. The fact when I put that daily stop, I don't know what your account size is or whatever, figure it out. Maybe, you know, whatever's comfortable for you, 2%, 3%, 4%. But it's like, if let's say the number's $100, and in your first trade you lose $100, you're done for the day. You're done. Shut down, take a walk, do whatever you need to do. And if you respect that, there's no way that the needle ain't gonna move forward. It takes a lot of discipline to do it. It's hard. We're never gonna be perfect. Nothing's 100%. But what we're trying to do is get a 50 to 65% system, and we're doing better than most. You know what I'm saying? Mine always stays in the dance of 51 to 53%. My goal is to get it to 65 and be consistent. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm excited when you see it work. Like this week, for instance, I have a red week, right? And when I did the math, the daily losses, what the average is way under my daily stop, my financial daily stop, the number that I choose to use. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, it made me excited. I got a red week because Monday could come through a good, you know, a good shot is gonna wipe out that number because it's so small. It's a red week, but by a small margin. So these things work, and I picked that up by going back to these books. So never be afraid to go back to a webinar, see it again, read a book again, and see an interview again. You know what I'm saying? This takes a lot of work. If you put in the work, the other side is beautiful. I know, because I've had my success. I've had catastrophic moments, but with the guys, with all these mentors that I've seen come from the mud to get that freedom that we're all looking for, just put in the work and it'll happen for you. And it's gonna happen for me, man. I'm speaking it to existence. It's gonna happen to me and you're gonna see it. I'm gonna grow right in front of you. So the next one, I hope you're having a good one, and may you have a green week next week. So the next one, El Tío Coño.